What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. This is Carson Stuff. Today we are back to work on the 80 series. I've been obsessed with this thing lately. I know I haven't put out too many videos, but believe me when I tell you I work on it quite a bit. It's a lot of planning, but basically this video is about a custom made subwoofer that I put together for my 80 series, and in my opinion is pretty much unlike anything else I've seen out there. It took a lot of planning, it took a lot of doing, a lot of testing and trials, and I'm not completely done with it yet, but I am at a point where I've had it for a while. I think it sounds amazing. Obviously we're working on the sound system on this vehicle. It really does sound amazing, and I think I may be the first one to do this on an 80 series. I don't know. If somebody out there has a similar setup, please let me know. But basically what we're looking at is I wanted to replace the center subwoofer. Okay. Now the center subwoofer is a very small guy. This is it. Okay. It's a very small speaker, as you can see. It's a 2-ohm Pioneer. It's still in good condition, but this isn't going to make you much bass. I think I already threw out the stock box. So what I wanted to set up, what I wanted to do is I wanted a much bigger subwoofer that would still sit in the center console, and I wanted it to sound really good, the best that I could. But the stipulation is, as you guys know, I'm an OEM plus guy. I wanted an OEM look, so it had to fit inside the center console, and it had to sound really, really good. So stay tuned, guys, because this is going to get really, really good. Hang on. Alright guys, so here's what I've got going on. Basically, to start off, I'm going to go over some specs with you. So the actual driver is a 5.5 inch DVC MAG subwoofer. The model number is E150HE/44. This is a subwoofer made is the Epique series by Dayton Audio. Now what I did is I went ahead and I paired it up with two of these 5.5 inch passive radiators. Both the subwoofer and the passive radiators actually have carbon fiber cones. The model number on this particular one is E150HEPR. Also by Epique, by Dayton Audio, is their Epique series. Both of them are Epique. So it's a really, really good looking subwoofer. Little setup here, and it's really good. It's advertised as a mid-range subwoofer, but I gotta tell you guys, the way I set it up, I think it hits really, really hard, way harder than I thought it was gonna actually hit when the bass comes. I did kind of overpower it a little bit, but I'm running them as hard as they can run. I've been doing that for probably about 2 months now, and they work really well. To pair that up, I actually went with an aftermarket amplifier. Let me show you what that is. So guys, basically, long story short, I went ahead and I installed my head unit, as you saw in the previous episode, and it was sounding okay, guys. I mean, anytime you're using the factory amplifier in an aftermarket head unit, you're gonna get this buzzing sound, and I hated that buzzing sound, and I thought I could fix it. And so basically I got to poking around. Long story short, I ended up blowing the factory amplifier, which I have somewhere kicking around here. I'm not going to show it to you guys right now, but what I ended up doing is I did some research, and I realized that you could buy, for not too much money, a 5-channel amplifier that pretty much fits in a similar location to the stock location. And so what I did is I went with this guy. This is rated for 800 watts, okay, and max power output. so that's not RMS. The model number is XR5520. This is a Class D amplifier, and it's done all right. I mean, is it the absolute best amplifier that I have ever owned in my life? No, it's not. I actually have, for those of you that might say, well, you know, why don't you just put some real subs in it? I have a set sitting right there that have a amplifier. I just don't want that in my truck because I'm going to use the trunk for other stuff in the future. But yeah, guys, I incorporated this guy into my sound system, and I also added a remote fuse box that I'm going to show you here in just one moment. And I ran some additional wiring that I'm going to use for accessories in the future for my 80 series, because I plan on bringing you guys lots of content in the future. Now guys, don't mind the interior of the vehicle. It's a little dirty. I really haven't gotten to where I want to go, but without further ado, this is what I actually came up with, you guys. Okay, and I think a lot of you guys may see what I'm kind of getting at here. Let me see if I can get a better shot. So that's the passive radiator. There's two of them. There's one on this side, there's another one on the other side, and this guy is actually the subwoofer. As you can see, it's got a carbon fiber cone. I'm going to show you guys some pictures. And the idea here is the center console is going to fit right over top of these guys. Now, what I'm going to do once the center console goes over top is I'm going to go ahead and put grills on the sides, and I'm going to make a custom grill right here. Okay, let me see if I can show you guys the other side. So you got a passive radiator on that side, passive radiator on this side, and the driver on the front. And guys, it sounds awesome. I don't know how I'm going to include an audio clip here. I do want to do that. I know YouTube is kind of funky about that kind of thing. So I'll figure out what I can do to give you guys some sound clips. But when this thing is turned up, when I got something with some serious bass, that subwoofer really, I mean, it looks like it's gonna pop out, but it sounds so good, just so good. It sounds way bigger than what it is, and I am so excited to finally button this up and you know, just enjoy it. This is the view from this side, and as you can see, what I did is I cut these brackets, and basically they're kind of holding the subwoofer side to side. I am going to put some fasteners so they kind of bolt into the subwoofer, and my plan is to kind of show you guys, walk you through maybe that part of it. And here you can see I've set up a custom a remote fuse box. Okay, this is the bluesea systems. This has both ground wires and positive, and it's got the two 30 amp fuses to fuse the amplifier, and then I went ahead and used this Age. Let me see if you can see it from there. Where is it? There it is. See those wires right there? Those are my grounds and positive wires for the amplifier. This particular amplifier takes 2 grounds and 2 positives. Okay, now let me show you guys what I did with the amplifier. Glove box closed. Now I trimmed the glove box. I had to, because the amplifier actually sits above the glove box. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put maybe chains to make it so it stops the glove box from opening all the way up. There it is, guys. That Clarion amplifier. It actually fits really, really snug in there. I've of course tuned it. And I actually made a custom wiring harness. Let me see if I can pull it out. That plugs in to all the factory plugs. This is the wiring plug for the amplifier right here, and then these are I believe these are Scochet plugs. I've got the model numbers. I'm gonna put all that stuff in the description. I've been working on this for a long time, guys. There was a lot of splicing. I had to move some wires around. Basically, I made it so all the factory wiring is being used with the exception of the RCA wires. Okay, the RCA wires are the aftermarket RCA wires, but the wire that goes into the subwoofer, here's a different view or a different angle of the subwoofer, is the factory plug. So basically I wanted to make it so if I have to unplug this, it uses just the factory plug. So I did rip that out of the factory subwoofer enclosure that comes with this vehicle, and I basically incorporated it into my new subwoofer enclosure. I took advantage of the space for the 6-disc CD changer that's no longer there, and basically made it so that I had more space for the actual subwoofer itself. Here's the top view. Don't mind that umbrella in the back. Here's the view from the back, guys. You know, I wanted to incorporate another passive radiator here, but I don't know. I didn't want it to, I think that would have been too much. And so basically, as you can see, guys, it's you know, pretty skinny subwoofer box enclosure. I have the dimensions written somewhere. I'm going to try to put those in the description. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is 0.22 cubic feet or 0.25 cubic feet. I don't know. I have it written somewhere. I basically built this box on a Win ISD is what I used to tune the box. The passive radiators, which are these guys right here, require weights to tune them. There's a whole lot of science behind it, which is why it's taken me so long to physically make this video, because I want it to sound right, and I did have to do a bunch of tuning to get it proper, but it is absolutely awesome. I'm super happy with the way it came out. So one of the things I did, guys, is I incorporated this fuse. This 125 amp fuse, and the reason I did 125 amps is because that's the amperage that external fuse box is actually rated to. It's 125 amps. So what I did is I bought a kit. This is one of those little marine kits, and I also, as you can see, I have 2 wires going into it. When I originally bought this car, or this truck, the winch was just hooked up to the positive wire. It had absolutely 0 fuse on it, and that always kind of made me nervous because you know, what if you hit something and then that wire gets crushed, and then next thing you know, it starts a fire. So I wanted to make sure that I got that wire fused, or that wire, I wanted to put a fuse on that wire. So what I did is I incorporated 2 cables, one for the winch, and the other one is the cable that actually goes to that external fuse box. And as you can see, it kind of comes out of here, goes around, and there it is, guys. It goes in to the body, down under the dash. I don't know if we can see it here, but there it is. And that is a 4-gauge power cable that I incorporated. I made sure that it wasn't going to rub on anything, and it just goes across to the fuse box. And then same thing, same cable for the ground. I found a ground with a big bolt, bolted it all up, and it works great. So now, not only do I have power to my amplifier, I also have power to anything else that I want. A while back, I don't think I ever put this on a video, but while I'm here, might as well. I put a steering wheel cover. Not the happiest with it because it's got like this weird deal going on here, but it's nice leather, it feels good, I don't know. And then I ended up actually adding the cup holders. Those are really nice. So now I got 3 cup holders up front, and I ended up putting the well visors on it a little while back. I didn't make a video for that stuff, but I hope you guys see and like the progress. This thing needs a lift kit really bad. Well, that's it for today, guys. If you made it this far, if you stuck with me this far, I really appreciate you. I want to thank all the subscribers for their time, and I hope you guys are enjoying the content, the 80 series content. I do have other vehicles I'm going to make some videos on. However, those are going to wait for a little bit. The next video is going to be still about the subwoofer. I'm going to be fitting the center console over the subwoofer, which is going to tie everything in. It's going to make it super nice. I think it's going to really give me that OEM plus quality finish I'm looking for, and everything that I like about modifying cars. So stay tuned for that video, and then the video after that is actually going to be me and my family reorganizing and decorating my garage, because basically I want to make sure I want better I want to make nicer quality videos. So I realize the background is a big deal. I also got some audio stuff going on as well that I think I'm gonna finally figure out to give you guys just better quality overall. So stay tuned for my next videos. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment. If you have any questions, I'm always monitoring my my YouTube stuff. Always happy to share any knowledge I have or anything of that nature, or help you out in any way, shape, or form I can. Well, guys, I'm on my way home. I hope you enjoy this video. I will see you next time.